Whew. It's a new dawn in Osun State. Imole Day, light has come. Governor Ademola Adeleke has been re-elected by the people of Osun. He celebrates democracy. The good people of Osun State celebrates democracy. And this morning on the show, we will be celebrating democracy and the victory of democracy in Osun State, looking at what worked, what didn't work, what were some of the factors that have led to him being able to secure his re-election, making him the third governor since 1999 to have been able to be re-elected, putting him the likes of Rauf Aregbesola. So we will be dissecting that here on Breakfast Central, and we're so excited because we'll be getting your thoughts as well about these stories. We're streaming live on YouTube, News Central TV Live, where we'll get your comments. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Olive MOD. I shall now hand over to the man on my right. Hello, Johansson.
What's good, Olive? How you guys doing? Hello, Lagos. Hello, Abuja. I mean, my heart goes out to the people in Abuja for yesterday. Yesterday's a flooding. It was quite chaotic. The videos, the images coming out from Abuja was not one that you would actually see and not feel some type of way for the people of Abuja. But hello to those watching us from outside of Nigeria, to those watching us even within Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on Breakfast Central. It's a Monday morning, and we are indeed early. Yes, we are, as usual. The brightest breakfast show in the land. At this juncture, I'd like to introduce the man who is definitely going to be no other than the one and only, the man himself, the one who is filled with so much sarcasm, the bearded Mr. Gbenga Aborowa.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's great to be here, bright and beautiful this early Monday morning. And it's congratulations galore from Osun State to our neighbors to the east, Cameroon. Yes, the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon won the WAFCON in Morocco last night by defeating Malawi. Congratulations to them. Yes, that trophy was not made only for the Super Falcons. Well, hope lessons have been learned. We'll do better next time. And away from that, you know, I just want to use this opportunity to ask you, my beautiful co-anchors, how your weekend was.
My weekend, first of all, it was okay-ish.
Any nice weekend?
But I missed you people on Friday. I wasn't feeling too well over the course of the weekend. What did you tell them on Friday?
I'm glad you're back now.
What did you tell them on Friday? I couldn't watch the show because I wasn't well.
Journalism
No, we just sent you. Nothing. You know, we're good guys.
Nah, I can never trust what
We're the good guys.
I can never, ever trust that. Mr. Johnson is asking if my glasses recommended or recommended. It is anything you think commended.
Exactly. Anything you want to make of it, make of it.
That's it.
How was the weekend?
That's it. Weekend was fine. Filled with activities. Lots of. I think I ended it on a very good note yesterday. You know, had some pizza, like Benga will call it.
Pizzad. Pizzad is pizza made by
little pepper inside. Was it Yoruba pizza?
A little peppery. You know, and so on. But it was fine.
I remember one time I went to Uyo, I had pizza in Uyo. They put periwinkle. I had to.
Did not put dog meat.
Where was that?
Cross River. People eat. Sorry, Akwa Ibom people eat dog meat.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
I don't know about that.
How will you not know about that?
I don't know about that because you would only hear stories, but you need to find out.
No, but I know in Cross River they eat
we've also done. I remember a report.
In
Ondo State, there's a report we also did some years back. Found that it's also eaten in Ondo State, in every other state.
I mean, God has given us dominion over all animals. So.
Why not eat like snake, crocodile? Actually, I've eaten crocodile. I can't even pretend I have.
But then again, the animal, what's it called? The animal protection agencies would frown at all of that, and they will keep telling you can't. But
isn't there some level of hypocrisy? If you can eat beef, cow, it's the same animal. They will argue anyway. That's their problem.
Let's move away because.
But before we move here, ask me how my.
I knew you were. Benga never asked us how our weekend went. I knew there was a story. How was your weekend?
Not good.
What happened?
It was dark and lovely. It wasn't. It was dark and not lovely.
Why?
Because, I mean, Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company, IKEDC, we've not had light for 3 weeks, three whole weeks. It's affecting the quality of my life, is affecting the quality of my job. Normally, I'm on Amampo, Farid Zakaria level. Now I'm on Benga Aborowa level, and I don't like it. I should be on that Amanpo level. Jokes apart, we haven't had lights for 3 weeks. They said
Wow.
they replaced the transformer, and to energize and power the transformer they've been giving us one sort of cock and bull story or the other. And I want to put Mr. Chooks, the IKDC Oregon undertaking manager, on the spot. Please give us light. That's the barest minimum.
When God said, let there be light, your area did not get the memo.
And it's sad, 3 weeks is enough time for one to lose one's patience, affecting businesses. We're spending millions on diesel and petrol in an already tough economy. So I hope those responsible are watching and they please restore our light as soon as possible. Thank you. Otherwise, this will be a daily campaign until it gets to Oga at the top.
Okay.
And you don't want that to happen.
I mean, we are going to continue.
United Nations should even take it up, because these days they used to tag United Nations to anything.
Or you call President Donald Trump, exactly.
Come on.
We need Imole, we need light.
Yeah, please ring bell. Let's get into wake-up conversation. Okay, welcome. Now, with over 15,000 policemen, 30 commissioners of police, and a deputy inspector general, supplemented 10,000 personnel from other security groups like the civil defense, a frozen account by the EFCC that was later unfrozen, intimidation, over 30 deaths, meager food sharing, vote buying, arrival of over 15 governors, heavy military presence, Twitter wars, INEC's reprinting of materials, late voting, and more. And even those who were sharing bags of rice and threatening that if you do not vote for their party, it will not be well for you. Well, it would seem that the people of Osun State decided to make a statement to choose who they wanted without intimidation. Indeed, the voice of the people has become the voice of God, and they decided to do it despite all odds. Let's catch some of the moments from Saturday's election, the 15th of August in Osun State.
You are welcome. First of all, I thank the God Almighty for what has happened today. It's a victory for democracy in Nigeria.
Mr. Governor, what does this victory mean for the people of Osun State?
That is what I'm saying. A victory for democracy. A victory for Osun people that stood by me, that say, Imole, you have done a lot for us. You have given us the dividend of democracy in terms of infrastructure, improving our education, agriculture, and so forth. So this is the Osun people saying thank you, Mr. Governor. That's why they,
So in the next 4 years, how do you repay that thank you back?
I will repay that thank you back to making sure that I have a vision. My vision is to make sure Osun State move from civil servant state to industrial state, and make sure all cut across Osun State, development is on. I love you, Osun State. I love you, and I love you.
The law is hereby declared the winner.
That's all. We don't win. That's all. Win. That's all. That's all. That's all.
At this point, I must deeply appreciate Mr. President, His Excellency, Senator Bola Tinubu, for his strong support for a free and fair election. Mr. President is a son of Osun State, and I hereby reaffirmed my earlier endorsement of him for a second term in the 2027 presidential election.
Ademola Adeleke, you are welcome. New day at Osun State. Ademola Adeleke, you are welcome.
All right, and there we see the people of Osun State refusing to be intimidated, who have now come out and decided, indeed, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, the voice of the people is the voice of God, and the voice of the people have decided that Ademola Adeleke is their governor. He's the one that they have returned elected. And we're going to now come back into the studio and x-ray some of the things that we believe may have worked in his favor. And then we can talk about the things that we observed. Or do we start talking about what we observed on the day of the election first?
Yeah.
Before we talk about what worked.
Absolutely. I mean, first off, I think the first angle we could look at is INEC itself. Within us here in the studios and those watching, the question would be, how would you rate INEC, especially looking at the Osun Guber polls, recalling that this would be pretty much the litmus test that takes Nigerians as a country into the grand election, which happens to be the national, the big one, not just one state, everything. So how would you rate INEC? There was a track back in terms of trying to, they had to reprint the materials. Those on ground had different views on that. But then again, if you have a court ruling or a court injunction that goes ahead to clear a political party that they can actually be included in the Guber polls, then of course INEC did the right thing. They had to put them there. But how did INEC do this past weekend? I don't know what the scores would be like. I don't know what your ratings would look like. But for some, they've said they give INEC a pass mark out of 10. Many have given INEC 8. Some have given them 7. They said they actually tried their best to ensure that everything ran accordingly. I don't know what you guys think on the other hand.
So, I mean, we're touching different areas. You've touched on INEC. I don't think I need to touch on INEC again. I think another thing I found interesting on the day of the election is the fact that there were... No, actually, let's go back to before the election to talk about the fact that lives were lost. I know that the governor in his speech did say, you know, he acknowledged the lives that were lost and talked about healing and reconciliation. But I don't know that there will truly be healing and reconciliation without a proper investigation into the lives of those who were lost, the lives that died, that passed in Osun State. So I think that that's something also to point at. And then on the day of the election, it was very interesting to see the number of people that left their stations to head to Osun State to monitor Osun elections. It almost felt like Osun elections was giving a presidential election. Likewise, everybody, the APC boys were there. The video, I don't know if we have that video of the 2 young men who were threatening Davido and saying that Davido should not come. There was a lot of threatening, a lot of intimidation that occurred. Vote buying as well occurred. You saw Arike crying. You could see the feedback from a number of people who shared their experiences of being, you know, convinced to vote for a party. Some of them collected the money. Some of them didn't collect the money. So those were some of the things that we observed on the day. That it wasn't, yes, it wasn't violent to an extent, but that's in comparison to the level of violence that we expected, because the days and weeks leading up until the elections, we constantly had stories about political violence. But we're glad that 52% turnout is, like Gbenga would say, unprecedented in Osun State and definitely deserves to be applauded. Gbenga, your thoughts about what you noticed on the day?
I mean, if you watch the build-up to the elections, just scroll around the major pages of newspapers and even news analysis on television stations, the dark clouds had gathered. There were ominous signs that the conduct of the elections might go south, but we're pleasantly surprised and happy to concede and also report that the elections were widely peaceful. There was a huge turnout. I mean, better than what we've witnessed in the past years. So that's a positive and another pleasant surprise. So, I mean, congratulations to the people of Osun State for, you know, pulling up elections against all odds, against the backdrop of killings in the state. And it was right that it's just human nature that people will be apprehensive and, would be wary of the elections to come. And it's come, it's gone. We have a winner, we have a victor. We also have...
well, he said no victor, no vanquished.
No victor, no vanquished. So it's good tidings for the people of Osun State. I believe all parties can go back, because Osun State belongs to all of them at the end of the day, hold hands. And, the task of governing Osun should be priority. And let's hope they amicably settle the local government funds issues, because it's the closest unit to the people. If they don't have funds to develop local governments, how are they going to feel the impact of the people? So, Mr. President should dialogue and let's find a way out of this.
I mean, if like you rightly said, I mean, if you look at the build-up is a lot for anyone to actually look through the timeline. There's a lot that has happened, but yet, regardless of everything that took place, why the victory is resounding for many, especially for the people of Osun State, is the fact that they have highlighted so many key things that took place as a build-up right before the election. Take, for instance, you've talked about the accounts being frozen. We talked about the death of more than 30 persons who actually lost their lives. And,
intimidation, arrest.
And look at it from this angle. A question we did ask from last week. Would you rather lose your life just for politics? And it's quite sad that those who have lost their lives, either knowingly or unknowingly, let's just focus on those knowingly, those who decided to make a thuggery out of the entire thing. Lives were lost, but it's quite unfortunate. Guess what? The election has come and gone, and people have moved on. So every single thing is
was it worth it?
Was it worth it? That's a big question. And that's what everybody's saying. Was it worth it?
Maybe for the people of Osun, they will say that it was worth it because their voice superseded. You could see that at the end of the day, their voice was able to shine or sound the loudest. But I'd like us to now look at some of the factors that we believe may have contributed to Adeleke's winning, or factors that may have helped his winning. I'm going to start with, I'd written down a few points. So for looking at some of the factors that have helped or may have helped Adeleke winning, you cannot ignore the fact that there's an incumbency advantage. The fact that he's been in office for the past 4 years, he's able to point to projects that he has done, projects he's doing, projects he's completed, being able to, as a matter of fact, point those out. And you can't deny the fact that incumbency is also, there's a level of advantage that it gives you. Now, not every incumbent...
You can show working.
Exactly, you can show working. Now, not every incumbent will be able to be re-elected, especially because if you don't have anything to point towards to show. Now, he's the third of 3 governors since return to democracy rule in 1999 that have been able to secure re-election. Olagunseyi Oyinlola, Rauf Aregbesola, and now Ademola Adeleke. Another point would definitely be the point of rotational arguments. Now, the top 3 political party leaders, the ADC, the Accord, and the APC, all 3 of them are from Osun West. Many argue that if any of the other 2 were to come and become the winners, it would give Osun West another 8 years in office. But that this opportunity allows Adeleke to finish his remaining 4 years so that power can devolve to maybe Oshogbo or Osun Central or whatever other zone they are advocating for. We can't take away the family influence. Adeleke family is a stronghold. They are a principality in Osun State. And we see beyond Adeleke's father, in an interview, he had an incredible interview with Shehu, and in that he shared their political journey, his father's background in politics, his father being a diplomat, shared his mom's background. So they already have a stronghold in Osun State. And then you talk about the influence of his nephew. I must applaud the Adeleke family, the kind of love and support that they have for each other. If a number of us in our country were able to look out for each other like that, honestly, it would be the most beautiful thing. But unfortunately, that's not the reality in many families, with the argument of village people and all the likes. But the influence of Davido being able to garner support, stage a rally. Some people have argued that if celebrities in all the different states, or even at the federal elections, were able to stand strong and hold the fort, truly you would see that the voice of the people...
He's doing it for his family.
Yes, he's doing it for his family. However, how many celebrities do we have? Imagine that in every state, every celebrity showed up for their state like that, in that way.
I mean, personally, I feel celebrities shouldn't, it's a personal opinion, they shouldn't drive conversation on politics. They can do advocacy in their own private lives. They have a right to speak on certain issues. But I feel it beclouds people's judgment. It doesn't give that true understanding.
They have a platform.
Agree with you too.
Whatever policies are made by the government will affect the celebrities as well. So I don't know that we can completely disconnect celebrities from politics. I don't know that that's
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Exactly. There are a number of them that run for office.
The president of Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, you get the one-offs, but I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point.
General terms.
And I think another thing I wanted to mention is political sympathy, that, there were certain optics that damaged the play of the APC, whether you like it or not. The days leading up until the elections, the freezing and unfreezing of EFCC, of the Osun State account by the EFCC, did not play in the APC's favor. Everyone could see that, and many Nigerians interpreted that as bullying and intimidation. And the one thing that Nigerians will not stand for is for bullying and intimidation. We will always support the underdog. And that is not to say that Adeleke was the underdog. It's just that in the fight, it looked like there was some measure of intimidation that was going to be applied. And so that worked in his favor. Also, even the non-payment of local government salaries. I saw a video where some civil servants were talking about the fact that they hadn't gotten local government allocation, yet their salaries were paid without fail. That for the first time, no strikes in Osun State. You can't have that kind of a quote-unquote stellar achievement or stellar record by your people without you getting back into office. So all of his experience, his expertise, the way in which he relates with the people, and the natural affiliation that he has towards his people, the love that he has, I think all of that showed
and just
at the
being
elections.
An overall cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
Airs. He was in the middle of an interview yesterday, and the presenter asked him
to dance.
I loved it. He obliged.
Didn't you ask him why he loves it?
I loved it. And that lets us know not to judge people by the things that they love. Many people threw shade at him, that is because he's dancing. But he says that people don't realize that dancing is his hobby. But he will get the job done. It's not necessarily a factor to determine how good a governor he is.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, these are my thoughts about some of the factors that I
Just before we move on to what Nigerians are saying, I just wanted to bring the attention of EFCC to all of this. We did witness the attempted vote trading, vote buying. A lot of it was before the election day. And even on election day, there were recorded incidents, a few. And you're wondering, the eagle, the almighty eagle of the EFCC could only effect one arrest in the whole of Osun State on election day. According to my findings, it was an individual that had hidden money in his socks. What a way to vote by. And I can't believe people would even try to collect that kind of smelling money. But jokes apart, I believe the EFCC, because we saw videos, they need to come up with a report and what happened to all those videos and people that were displaying huge amounts of naira and abusing naira pre-election. Are they just going to unlook it and say, look, Adeleke has won, let's move on to the next thing? Because it's an indictment on your institution. If people are brazen about vote buying and there are no punitive measures and nothing is done about it.
Big one. I mean, there's another thing to look into, which is, of course, insecurity and thuggery. I think the people of Osun State set a template. The template simply for thugs and those who may be willing to disrupt elections. There are videos circulating where it was actually fire for fire. It seemed
so
like these guys
would not
were
be
ready.
intimidated.
They said no, we wouldn't be intimidated. When the thugs did come, some of them, although of course trying to fear for their safety, they avoided either getting shot and so on. Being I get to the same, Black Lives Matter, thugs lives matter, right?
As we speak about thugs, finish thugs, please.
The thug life matter. And then at that point, we saw some thugs who were caught. Some actually came directly to ensure that they could snatch the ballot boxes. We saw even an acting, they did mention a former assistant or part of a chairman as well of a party who also came, and his goal was to actually pick up the ballot box. And that was quite surprising. But the people of course, rose to the occasion and said, no, we're not going to do that. Another thing that the people ran away from.
I cannot believe Joe did
People ran
this.
away from this, you know. The Osun State people. Some of them collected
There's no
this.
label there.
No.
You have to open this bread.
Some of
It's
them,
an apolitical bread.
some of them collected this.
Which political party does this bread belong to?
I don't know. I don't know, Olive. I don't know.
There's no label there. It's an
Exactly.
apolitical bread. But we're talking of the substance.
They
itself,
collected
the
this
bread.
thing. Look at this video. Look at this is a video pre. They were stoning this. What I have in my hand. They're throwing it to them. You know, it's pretty much like you're throwing food to a little puppy or something or dog or so. And people were rushing to eat ahead of
Can you
the.
imagine?
But surprisingly, some people look at flinging bread from outside the vehicle
this
of a car. This is dehumanization.
Again.
And whether we like it or not, I think the people of Osun State proved one thing, that you see this thing in my hand, you give it to us, so we'll eat it by the end of the day.
We'll do the needful.
We vote who we want
And you
to
know,
They
there's
choose to do what they
the
wanted to
politics of bread. Bread goes
Yeah.
a long, long way.
Yes,
even
from way
in
back
the
up.
history of man. You remember in the Roman Empire, they said, you know, give them bread and circus. And the
Yes.
people would not revolt. So this thing you're displaying here is very powerful.
It's a powerful tool.
Yes, and
Wow.
we've seen revolutions in France, the storming of the Bastille because there was no bread. We've seen revolutions break
Exactly.
out in different parts of the world because of this item. And I'm kind of hungry this morning.
So we'll tear this bread and eat.
But I can tell you, please, to our viewers, this has no political undertone.
Yes.
And apolitical
We're
bread.
just using it to explain what is usually the norm every
So
political
what will
season.
happen to this bread?
No, this bread,
We'll divide it during
We'll enjoy
commercial
it
break.
live on air. Today is
Thankfully,
Monday.
I brought.
We are going to enjoy ourselves.
Very nice. But while Joe is tearing that bread, that is apolitical, let's also talk about Senator Fada Onsi. Senator Fada Onsi, twice, was caught on camera making insightful statements. The first one, of course, saying he made reference to Imole, those with the yellow berets, and made reference to the fact that anyone who isn't within their party or who isn't voting the APC should be killed. And while that was being investigated, the police invited him, and after that let him go, said they granted him an administrative bail while investigation was still carried out. On the day of election, tell me why he was found around Elisha and why they captured him on video again, making another statement. Let's listen.
ẹ máa wo ibi tí kálukú bá tẹ̀. lórí oko. títí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan sọ pé ẹ wo ibi tí kálukú bá tẹ̀. ẹ tó bá ti tẹ nǹkan tí ó yẹ kó tẹ̀ nǹkan ṣe kì í sọ. lórí oko ìgbàwo ayé wà lórí ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yẹ náà ayé wà.
So there you have it, the senator representing Osun East, Senator Francis Fada Onsi. In that video, it was caught saying that those who are not supposed to press what they're supposed to press, you know what to do. And you wonder if we're not operating a secret ballot. How are you supposed to know what somebody is pressing or not? And for a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, much is expected of you, especially coming off the flack you've taken following your very controversial and irresponsible statement and killing opposition supporters. And then just barely 72 hours after you were invited to the police headquarters in Osun State, you're still hanging around that sort of, around polling units, intimidating and making very divisive statements. What is your business with another Nigerian citizen's choice?
I had thought that
what
voting was
do you mean by
private.
if somebody presses what they're
Let me
supposed to
quote
press?
what, according to they said, he said, and I quote, make sure you keep looking at everyone's votes. Anyone who votes for someone else is not from Ilashe. I don't even care what was said.
Elisha,
Elisha, rather. Voting is private.
It's a personal thing.
I'm
Yeah, and
not
it's a
supposed to
personal
know
choice.
what Joe is voting
No.
for. Joe is not supposed to know what Benga is voting for. It's personal. It's private. And any statement like that can be interpreted as being coercion, which leads us back to our initial statement and what I always say here on Breakfast Central. Certain actions persist because actions do not have consequences in Nigeria. Until we start to make people take responsibility for their actions and their inactions, we'll continue to see a repeated cycle of certain things that many should refer to as an anomaly. Let's hear what Nigerians are saying. We'll take some comments on YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube, News Central TV Live, and then we'll take comments on X. YouTube is buzzing this morning. Let's give YouTube people a special round of applause with our bell. Thank you, thank you. I don't know
what's the bread that is attractive.
Maybe it's this bread.
This bread is entering their eye.
But this bread signifies 4 years old.
Wow.
4 years. This is what you
So
get.
we have to eat it.
You have to eat it for 4 years. Did you see the lady that was counting 30,000, either 20 or 30,000 naira? She said,
go chop.
Oh, 4 years. She counted it and said, just so we know that this is money she's supposed to spend. Obviously, she's being sarcastic. Money that she was supposed to spend for 4 years. Prince Ajibade says, why will he be thanking Tinubu? I mean, can Olive explain to me why this guy will be thanking someone that is very obvious that he's undemocratic? After God, the only people he should thank are citizens. First of all, it is politics. You have to learn to play the politics of the game.
You don't have to.
No, unfortunately, in Nigeria, you have to...
And you call him in private and say thank you.
No. You can't fight the president publicly in that way. You've won the election. He who
when Soludo won, do you think APC was not interested
what's that quote?
in
He who runs away today lives to fight another
When
day.
Soludo won his second term in Anambra, said, why didn't he thank Mr. President openly?
Well,
in this manner.
Some would argue that it is politics.
Mr. President is a Democrat. He understands. Yes.
But the same Governor Adeleke said Mr. President called him
to congratulate him.
Before the results were announced and asked him, how is it going? And he responded and told him that, oh, it's going great. Your boy is doing well. And he said, well done.
Oh. You see?
I hope his aides won't be angry with Mr. Governor Adeleke for leaking
private conversation. Moving on.
A series of articles.
Moving on. Michael Zu says, I will rate INEC 3/10. It took the resilience of Osun voters for Adeleke to win this election. Unfortunately, Ademola, just like Fubara, is crediting victory to Tinubu, while it was escalation by Davido to Trump that whipped Tinubu into line to allow free to allow free and fair election. I wish Oyebami, Gio Etola, and Father Onsi had dealt with Governor Adeleke. What concerned Trump with Osun elections? Let's give honor to whom honor is due. The Osun
Trump that is worried
voted.
about USS Abraham Lincoln that is not flushing.
Please, I use God and beg you. Let's go. Anyway, Osa says, congratulations to the people of Osun. You have shown the rest of Nigeria that people can vote for whoever they choose. It's sad that the same governor he stood firmly been. People are really upset that he thanked President Bola Tinubu. He said it's the same one endorsing the party that you nearly put your state in jeopardy.
Well, we're still in nascent democracy. These things happen in nascent
democracy.
Happen, right? We need to thank our president for allowing free and fair elections.
Avuwa Honda says, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Kudos go to Osun people who stood by their ground to resist the wicked. Edo State governor should caution town criers and Arike should be jailed. Ikenna Bright said, my own is the Osun State election. Why did it take INEC so much time to upload results online? Michael Zu said, factors that aided Adeleke are Okpewolo Misian, Father Onsi's threat, EFCC freezing and unfreezing by Tinubu, Davido's letter to Trump, and resilience of Osun voters. Nathan Emmanuel said it was obvious that Mr. President wanted APC to take over the state. They mobilized 10 governors, head of National Assembly, and some guys from Edo, but Osun people were resolute and refused to be intimidated. Why, again, did everybody move to Osun State for this election?
They call it federal might.
Supporting
it's expected. It's basically
brotherhood.
It's basically in politics. What we've seen all through the years, you see a level of people always proving that, listen, if we are interested in winning, we have to come all out. But the governor had also made a statement that he knows that all of that is just a
political
makeup.
Yes.
It's a charade. But he's just. But
I don't know if we have time for comments on X.
I just want to, before we go on X quickly, yes, we're going on X now. Okay. Let's go on X. I just wanted to mention as well that you have past presidents who are also, who have been celebrating Governor Adeleke. I mean, from Mr. Peter Gregory Obi down to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, down to former President Olusegun Obasanjo also paid a visit yesterday as well. But let's, there you have the video there. It took some time to
elder statesmen.
Baba said, I have to go there. And Baba was able to make it into the house. The footage showing him walking into the home to actually meet with him. And of course, congratulate him one-on-one.
Baba, congrats.
And what's going to happen to the Accord Party national chairman that decided to dump Governor Adeleke to support Ambo? How does he feel this
He's
morning?
given, he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Okay, Joe, let's take some tweets from X and then we'll come back to that.
Absolutely. Let's go straight to X and see what they're saying. Francis Kiyamo says, thank you, Governor Ademola Adeleke, for the public and unequivocal endorsement of President Bola Tinubu for the 2027 presidential election. You are a man of integrity and honor. Agreement is agreement. That word agreement caused a lot of problem on social media.
Which one is agreement?
Now, he's saying that because the governor said he's going to support the president, therefore it was a pre-planned agreement. That's what he said.
Let's not do that.
But guess what?
Let's not take away the credit from the
Osun State
Osun
statement, and they came out and said, no, please don't try to hide under the guise of losing an election. Don't use the agreement. It's a personal thing from the governor. It doesn't mean that it's an agreement. Nothing was signed, nothing was written. But let's see another tweet very quickly. This one says, classic move, collect the money, feast on fresh tilapia and veggies. Then vote however you like. Politicians keep underestimating how smart the people really are. It'd be like, now this format I go adopt.
So even with the attachment of curses, they still continue.
They're still there. There's another tweet very quickly. Let's see another one. Gideon says, I am glad APC lost, but just wait. You will see them start throwing around a narrative that the fact that Accord 1 shows that INEC is transparent and independent, which is a lie. They will use this election to say all kinds of narrative. That's your take.
All right, I need to quickly take this as we wrap up. Michael Zeus says, Olive Benga and Joe, that was amber bread. We saw them on social media, but the good voters of Osun collected bread and ate cash and pocketed and disappointed APC. Mokie Chukwumeka then says, tear the bread on air, please. Who are we not to oblige you? Joe, over to your leader.
Bread, like we said,
so we'll now test the bread and see which party the bread belongs to.
It's just a symbol to highlight what really goes on. Just to highlight.
Joe, if
people know this song.
If you're hungry, eat bread. Stop using all this political alignment.
You people know this song. Ademola Tele Omore, see how God don't help us. It's a song by Great Man Takins.
Where are you from?
No, it's a song by Great Man.
Are you sure you are not a political vocalist?
No, I'm just telling you that maybe that song will be good for his inauguration. Either that one or Imole Deo.
I don't know about that one.
Man must not live by bread alone.
It's like this olive. Olive is like when you leave. That's why maybe is that what you went to do on Friday?
The bread is nice, so.
It's not really nice.
This bread. Anyway, let's bring to you our top story.
Don't collect bread, though. Don't collect bread, though. Go to your conscience.
What it means, we're just showing that this will be 4 years. This is what you are collecting for 4 years. Is it what?
Let's share with you what the top stories are this
Top stories for today.
Olive, table manners.
Today's top story. Adeleke wins Osun governorship election, returns for second term. We'll take a look at that. Our reporters were on ground. We must say kudos to the team. Osun governorship election, CSOs declare poll largely peaceful. And we'll look at the aftermath of the polls, especially what took place. We've highlighted some of them, but our role is to ensure we bring to you deeper details and insights. Nigeria's debt profile is a big one to look at 9 o'clock. Stay with us. We'll bring that to you. And then the newspaper front pages. Our guests are in, ready to rumble. Monday morning breakfast central. Stay with us.